there's been this notion behind law enforcement that you have to be hard, tough. Like you can't let them see you sweat, right? Kind of thing. You can't be emotional, but in fact, at times it's challenging being a police officer, right? And some of the stresses that comes with that. You go through things in life, right? You see things on a crime scene where you see a child that is hurt, a dead body, a traumatic car accident, right? You see these things and that affects you. So Courageous Connections have really helped me with different coping strategies and different techniques that I can utilize on my day-to-day basis, because every single day that I work is truly unpredictable. What I do want to make predictable and what the Courageous Connections have allowed to be predictable for me is my coping strategies.
So Courageous Connections is a 6-week mindfulness-based stress reduction program that's free for any police officer in the county that is going to potentially be working with Black residents or Black residents in the city of Flint. But the intention is to really start to begin to change the conversation or the mindset and some relationships between the community so that we can start to work together when there are issues in the community. People are afraid to talk to the police, but the police need them to talk to them to solve the issue, and kind of vice versa. So that's really what it's all about. Is you take 6 weeks, you go through a mindfulness program. The community members and the police are in separate groups for the first 6 weeks of the program so that they have some safety, some sense of, being able to just be with their cohorts. And so they go through that, they learn the same language, they learn the same skills for difficult communication and difficult conversations. And then at the end of this 6 weeks, those two groups come together for a day of community.
I'm a mindfulness trainer and I focus primarily on first responders. And most of those first responders are police officers. And I got into that because I'm a retired police officer. I got invited by CRIM to do some training for the fire service here in Flint and then for the police department. And then this project emerged from that work. And I think the data from this project is going to demonstrate that mindfulness skills, when they're integrated into people's lives, really do make a health difference, not just an individual health difference, but a community or a public health difference. And I also think too that for the police department side, it's going to continue to demonstrate that mindfulness skills training makes a difference in the officer's health and in how they show up in uniform, in their community, but also to really perform their tradecraft skillfully. And the two are not mutually exclusive.
I really do want to stress the importance for law enforcement in this program because it's something that has completely changed my life, and it changed my life for the better. It was at a point in time I was this close. I'm literally this close from leaving law enforcement completely because I was so stressed out. And I lost sight of the things that helped me stay sharp, my happiness. And Courageous Connection brought that back. So to my law enforcement brethren out there, drop that notion that we have to be so hard. We can't let people see us sweat. We can't be emotional. You're human. You're gonna go through things in life. It's not okay to ignore those things, because when you ignore those things, you're ignoring people that need your help because you're not your full self.
I think we all came with a beginner's mind. We were all curious about each other and ready to embrace this journey. What we found was a lot of healing. And so this was an opportunity to bring a collective healing. It was very powerful. Words really can't explain it.
We collaborated together. It's not, they're here to serve, but they're human too. By us collaborating with them, their beneficial ideal was totally different from my idea, but once we came together and put that team building together, it was totally different where, okay, now I see where you're coming from. I didn't see it like that.
I really do believe in programs like this. Anything that you're able to do where you can bring the community and law enforcement together in a space where you could kind of humanize things and break down stereotypes, right? Because my belief is that the stronger our presence is in the community in terms of trust and positive engagement, it makes it a little safer and easier for us on the other end, right? So as we develop these relationships and cultivate them, and they begin to see that we truly do care and we are invested in the success of the community, again, crime and violence goes down, but when it does happen, right, it's a little easier for us to get cooperation and to kind of get things figured out.
My hope for Courageous Connections is that it seeds a sustainable, broader more creative mindfulness integration. We've already demonstrated that it's transformational in small ways. As those small transformational things aggregate, we're going to see bigger transformation and more opportunities for that.
Ultimately, we want there to be a healthy relationship. That's the goal. We're going to have this program in the fall. We're going to keep trying to do this work. We've got some community members that are being trained to do this work. So after the study is over, we will have people here in Flint that can do this on their own or in collaboration with others. And so we're really just hoping people can come together and really just try to work on this together as a group, as a community.